When I was younger, I wanted to grow up to become a doctor. No, I'm sorry, a hairstylist. No, an astronaut. No, whatever. All I knew is that when I grew up, I wanted to be awesome. I wanted to be smart and cool and funny, and have people look up to me and say, wow, look at her. All I knew is that I wanted to do something big with my life. Senior year of high school, I am morbidly depressed. I have no motivation to get out of bed, let alone do Zoom classes or do my homework. And apply to college? Forget about it. I am living in a world without color, listening to a song on mute, reaching for something just a CDC-regulated amount of space out of my reach. I am little me's greatest fear, a disappointment, a do-nothing, a failure, useless, boring, and dull. So, one begrudging morning during this nightmare timeline that we're living through, I hop into one of these Zoom classes, not at all ready to face the day. A counselor hops in and says, please join us for our Brookdale Apply Day, an opportunity to apply to Brookdale through the comforts of your own home. I laugh at this, because what about this situation is comfortable? Sure, my bed is comfy, but you can't call this situation comfortable. It is cold, it is numb, and it is lonely, and the walls around me are suffocating. But my parents want me to go to college, and this is cheap. So, and I don't know what I want to do with my life, so why not? I apply the same day, get my letter within the week, and I'm set. I have to admit, as much as I hated the school already, it was a little nice seeing the congratulations acceptance in the mail. But not a lot. College decision day at my high school, which is one of the only days we were actually allowed to attend in person, with masks, of course. Before school even started, peers of mine were posting their t-shirts and flags and hats of where they'd be spending the next 4 years online. Not me, though. I'm not going to accept my college identity. I'm going to community college. I was ashamed of Brookdale. A few of my classmates and teachers even asked me where I'd be going. The minute I told them I was going to community college, their faces shifted. Not because they wanted them to, but because deep down they had that judgment. I tried not to let it affect me, but their words got to my head. Because some people would outright tell me, you're going to community college? You're stupid. You're not going to learn anything, and it's not going to be fun. Why go? So I let that shame get to my head, and I hid it for a really long time. First day of college, a sunny Wednesday in September, and I'm experiencing a whirlwind of emotions. I'm excited that I'm a college student. I'm happy my first class doesn't start till 11. I'm a little annoyed that a few of my friends and family members are telling me, have fun on your first day of 13th grade, as if my college does not count as a college, but purely an extension of high school. I arrived 30 minutes early, as I do not drive yet because I have no license or car, but my father needs to go to work, so he drops me off. So there I am, standing in front of the steps at Larison Hall, walking up to my first class. I wait outside the door with a handful of other students, some excited to be there, some missing the comforts of home, as if they didn't already get enough of that during COVID. We wait for the professor. 5 minutes go by. 10 minutes go by. He is nowhere to be found. Great. So everyone's wondering the same thing. Am I in the right place? Is this the right class? Did I make a huge mistake? In a moment of pure charisma and anxiety, I decide to do something crazy. I start an icebreaker. What's your name? Where'd you come from? What's your major? By the time the professor arrived, everyone in the class knew who each other was. We knew names, majors, hometowns, favorite colors, pet names, how many siblings we had, all the important things. Hell, we even had lunch plans. But that is the dawn of what I like to call a new Emma. Thank you. The Emma who would wake up extra early on Wednesday to be driven to school by her mother, because I still don't have a license. The Emma who would make her mom stop at Dunkin' Donuts to pick up pastries and coffee for her friends so they could study in the library at 8 a.m. Gossip about who we liked and didn't like. The Emma who would eat slightly crappy and overpriced lunches in the school cafeteria between classes. The Emma who was able to present at the Civics Engagement and Empowerment Conference and realized just how much she enjoyed advocating for the things she was passionate about to an audience of people who genuinely cared and wanted to make a difference in the world. She was able to present at this conference twice on 2 different subjects that she believed needed to be addressed and got positive feedback, as well as people reaching out to her looking for ways to advocate and assist with the causes. The Emma who broke down during her second semester at Brookdale because she wasn't doing as well as she anticipated. She dropped out of a class for the first time in her life and ended the semester with an A, B, C, and D in her other classes. She felt constantly exhausted and overwhelmed and felt like there was no solution. The Emma who then helped host a panel with her Honors American Government class on mental health and education, where she could advocate for students just like her on the issues that mattered most. The Emma who then in the summer, between her second and third semester, lost her job, her first serious boyfriend, and her therapist in the span of 1 week. Yeah, and began to feel truly alone again. The Emma who during that same summer met the most wonderful friend group a person could ask for, comprised of the weirdest people she has ever met in her entire life. People she did not think she'd be friends with in high school, but a group that she could spend hours talking to or about, since they, despite their absurdities, were funny and supportive and overall wonderful, and Emma's greatest comfort in the entire world. The Emma who became an honors mentor for incoming honors students to teach them why community college was not the bad thing people told them it was. The Emma who could speak at the college's open houses, advocating for the honors program, loving the way that she could connect to incoming students and how she could relate to them over their loves of learning. The Emma who would take naps on the couches of the honors lounge, a room in the library hidden away from everything else. I miss those days. The Emma who, no matter how hard she tried, would never understand the structure of a cell during her biology lectures, despite her friends drilling into her mind week after week, hour after hour. But alas, no. The Emma who loves going to bingo with her friends at Brookdale and gets super competitive. Seriously, she will scream at the top of her lungs and it's just nightmarish. But she did win a pair of Beats headphones. The Emma who, upon hearing about it at an honors meeting, became a student ambassador through student life and activities. How every day she helped students just like her get involved at Brookdale through clubs and events on campus. How her friends call her the unofficial Brookdale expert because she knew everything there was to know about campus, whether they're the events and the trivia and the history. The Emma who loves her job, despite the occasional complaint that a box is too heavy or it's too hot outside. But yet the Emma who cracks jokes with her coworkers and bosses alike without ever feeling like she is too much or unequal to anybody. The Emma who loves music. That's it, that's the sentence. The Emma who is happy and loves who she is. The Emma who likes going to school to learn. The Emma who has become more outgoing and puts herself out there socially, academically, and professionally. The Emma who will be transferring to a 4-year university in the fall to pursue communications media in the hopes of one day becoming a talk show host. Obviously. The Emma who is standing here today on her 20th birthday, giving a TEDx presentation to an audience of family and friends, peers and faculty, administration and community members alike. How did I get here? The good moments, the bad ones, the big things and the little things, from 8 a.m. lectures and cafeteria coffees to presentations on passions and making the dean's list. The after-class lunches and early morning study sessions, the game nights on weekends and messing around in study rooms. This is how I got here. Here I am proving everyone who told me, you'll regret this, wrong. Because look at where I am. I am right here. I've got this. Come on, little Emma. You are going to be extraordinary. Thank you.